Nova and Foster.
That was a main event.
Good boxing match.
Good match. Hey, had me. I was watching it with no sound on.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I'm like, come on, Shock.
Nervous shock.
Yeah, man. Nova came out, was very impressive. I expect after 2 or 3 fights ago he got knocked out. So he rumbled with Shocky more than I thought he would, because if you get caught, Foster can get you out of there.
Yeah.
So I was worried that I was worried when he was having moments of exchanging they'll get caught, but he was able to get in and get out, move. It wasn't like Ortiz, like he was moving in and out. If it got too close, tie up. It was just, I thought it was smart boxing until the end of the fight. I felt Foster started to take over.
Yeah, and I thought Nova was real very prepared for this fight.
Yes.
I think kind of like everything that you just said right there, just basically saying like Nova came to the fight prepared.
Yeah.
I had somebody text me and tell me that he thought Nova was gonna win the fight before the fight happened. Couple, like maybe 4 or 5 rounds in, I was like, man, this dude might be onto something. Like, this is more competitive than I thought it was gonna be. And O'Shaquie has this thing now where I think he relies in his conditioning. It seems to me like he knows.
Okay, I never thought about it like that.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like people would talk about Terrence. Terrence take a couple rounds for Terrence to get going. Yeah. Terrence come on late. A lot of his stoppages came at the end of the fight. A lot like what we're seeing with O'Shaquie. It seemed to me like when they would go to his corner, it just seemed like there was no sense of urgency. Yeah. It wasn't, and his coach did say at one point, he said, this fight's too close. He said, you need to start pulling off. You need to start taking off on this dude. This fight's too close. Start pressing him. You know what I mean? Like, good information coming from the corner, but it just seemed like, they know we buying our time. We know we gonna turn it on right around that 10th round. His last fight, he got 11th round stoppage. The fight was close the whole way. I think I had him losing the fight.
This one?
No. The last fight before the knockout. I think I had him losing before the knockout.
Yeah, some people felt like he was down.
I think,
it was close.
This fight wasn't as close at the end, but still to see O'Shaquie.
It was up in the air.
But still to see him turn it on the way that he did. You know what I mean?
In the 12th round.
I stopped scoring it. It was a hard
fight.
It was a hard fight to score.
Yeah.
It
was almost, what type of judge are you?
Yeah.
That I felt like that. I'm like, well, I like this, but my man's still doing good work. It was tough.
It was even rounds that I thought the commentators were talking up Shock, and I was like,
I think Nova.
And you know what I mean. So, but it was a good competitive fight. Nova had a good showing. When you get knocked out and you've been conquered by the big dogs in your weight class, it's kind of like, I looked at this fight as almost like this is the name that we're giving Shocky. You know what I mean? And every fighter gets to that point where it's like you get back in the ring. Here's who you got, and case in point, the fight with Teo.
Okay.
And Jermaine, like, this was a name for Teo. This was not going to be supposed to be the competitive fight that it ended up becoming, you know? And I thought the same with this one. It became way more competitive than I thought it was going to be. And primarily because Abraham Nova was prepared for the fight, presented some challenges to O'Shaquie, and didn't come to the ring as the B-side.
Yeah.
Jermaine didn't come to the ring as the B-side last week.
Yeah, he didn't care nothing about none of that. Shout out to O'Shaquie, man. He's on a 12-fight winning streak, Shawn.
Yeah.
Hell of a resurgent. That, I mean, is it the end of his career? I mean, I don't even know how you call it that. I mean, what age is he? 30 years old. Second, what would you call that? The second part of his career, kind of like Ugas, I would say. My man's on a 12-fight winning streak, a world champion. The best part of the whole fight, my man had his grandma there. And what would you call that?
Man, it wasn't a fur, but it was a...
I'm calling it a fur. Chill out, you're disrespectful. I'm calling it a fur because you're going to say something crazy. My man have a grandma there in a fur. He
had him in the iceberg fur. That's
so. I'm like, it says mom. Then I remember the story about the mom. So I'm like, oh, this is grandmother because I couldn't hear.
Yeah,
I was loving that, Shawn. That was the best part of the whole night.
Yeah, and she just and the whole like every time they went in the back, she's just sitting there like
talking crap. Yeah, I was like, Grandma in the fur. I couldn't imagine having my grandma at my fight in the fur.
Yeah. Got out of the car in the fur too.
Yeah, rocking the fur all night, man.
Yeah.
So when grandma was there in the fur, you gotta win.
Yeah.
Moments like that, I'm big on moments like that with your family. You just get to share moments with your family because you only get one. I'm all about memories, but hell of a performance. I mean, he ended up getting it done. Man, knocked him. Did you think that was a knockdown?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I thought it was a knockdown. Nova say slip.
The replay showed that it was a knockdown. Yeah. When he first got the knockdown, I was like, wow, like this is the end of the fight. Nova's a little fatigued or a lot of fatigue, but I'm sure both gentlemen fatigued at this point. You took the wrong step. You made the wrong move at the wrong time.
And got caught.
And the better fighter just capitalized on it. Simple as that.
I thought he buzzed him another time in that round also. A little later. Yeah. I think he got away from it. I know he buzzed him earlier in the fight, and then he survived that. I think he took a left shot and
it was good punches landed by both guys too, though.
Hell of a fight. O'Shaquie has that Floyd Mayweather, Shawn Porter conditioning.
Yeah.
Everybody's not blessed with that conditioning.
Yeah. And look, see, that's probably why I recognize it like that, because I understand it.